Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Marian, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how you can heal your feminine energy and how you can embrace it. We all have a feminine and masculine energy regardless of what gender you are, and in a world that is mainly dominated by masculine energy, we need to be able to have a nice balance between the two and connect more to your feminine energy if you are not already doing so. To have a better understanding between the two, I'm going to briefly describe what the feminine energy is and what the masculine energy is, which it can seem like it's pretty self-explanatory, but hopefully once I go ahead and get into it, you can go ahead and distinguish what type of energy you embody the most on your day-to-day. Starting off with the feminine energy is soft but fierce when needed to be, compassionate, nurturing, loving, patient, gentle, and reflective. While the masculine energy is more stable, creates structure and rules, has clarity and focus, and is a risk taker, is active, assertive, and has authority. Nowadays, it can be a little bit tricky and hard to have that balance between our feminine and masculine energy. As we have more domination, we are tuning more into our masculine energy. And at the same time, if we have too much feminine energy, then we have disempowerment. As you can see, it can get a little bit tricky to keep that balance, as in the days that we live in now, it seems that more masculine energy is being more dominant. And again, with these energies, it has absolutely nothing to do with the gender that you are. Not because you're a woman, it means that you're only going to have feminine energy, and not because you're a man, it means that you're going to have only masculine energy. We all carry both energies, and it's just about what energy is the one that you embody the most, and to make sure that we keep that balance. As a woman, you don't want to be seen just as nurturing, quiet, soft, and emotional, because we are so much more than that. We are powerful, productive, fearless, and confident, and it's really just about keeping that balance. Now, for a man, you don't want him to be this tough guy who is dominant. You also want him to be nurturing, kind, to take good care of himself, and to be sensitive to a certain extent. In today's world, we tend to be a little bit more in tune with our masculine energy. We're always on the go, in action, really focused on our goals, planning, overcoming challenges, and solving problems, and just overall just keeping busy. That we forget sometimes to calm down and take things with ease and really prioritize our feelings and our emotions. I used to be like this as a single mother. I felt like I needed to have full control of everything, and like I just had no other option. After my divorce, I felt like I needed to prove to myself that I was able to make it alone and just do everything by myself. I worked full-time and then some more, and then I was a full-time mom of 2 kids, and it just got so crazy and hectic that I was always on the go, always keeping busy, and at the end of the day, I was just so tired to do anything. I didn't want to do any self-care. I didn't want to just focus on myself. I was way too tired to do any of it. I just wanted to rest, and then the next day do the same thing all over again. And it's horrible, but I just felt like I fell into my masculine energy more, and I completely forgot about myself and prioritizing my feelings and my emotions and just taking care of myself overall. I was so focused in just taking care of the bills, taking care of my home and my children, and I was just taking care of things on my day-to-day basis that would come up, whether that have been fixing my car when it needed to be fixed or repairing anything that needed to be repaired, just taking care of my home. That shortly I realized that my masculine energy was very dominant in my life. I was busy and in action all the time, and I just felt very independent. And I came across as tough and strong and just with a very strong attitude, and you could definitely see that my masculine energy was very strong and very dominant, but that really affected my relationships. And all of this was affecting me, that when I realized what was happening, I decided to just go ahead and make a change, and there were things that I needed to fix within myself and focus on my feminine energy. I slowly started to calm down and just try to take it easy on my day-to-day. Like I had mentioned, I was always on the go, always in action, and I never really paused to even just take a moment for myself to accept my feelings and my emotions. And I just wanted to make sure that I always kept busy so that I never had to really think about what had happened. I decided to make a change and focus on myself, and I started doing that by calming down and taking things slowly and focus more on myself and just being instead of always doing, if that makes any sense. I resisted the temptation to being always on a mission, trying to get so many things done at once, and I just calmed down and really tried to take it slowly every single day. And I started to understand that it was very important for me to really rest and recharge. At the end of the day, things have to get done and they will end up getting done, but worrying about it and always being on the go is not helpful in any way. If anything, it just adds so much more stress to you and you literally gain nothing off of that. So I just really focused on being calm, really focused on my rest at the end of the day. And I also started tuning into my feminine energy more by doing things that made me feel good, by practicing self-care and just really embracing all of me and getting in touch with my feelings, as I was keeping so much inside. And I just decided to let it out and just accept my feelings and accept my emotions for what they were, and really just taking care of myself. I started focusing more on my health, because with me being so busy all the time and always on the go, always on a mission, I would eat so horrible that in the mornings I would skip breakfast. I've never really been a big breakfast person, but I would skip breakfast and then I wouldn't have anything healthy for lunch. I sometimes didn't even have the time to like pack a healthy lunch for me for work, so I would end up grabbing like something from the vending machines at work or just going out and getting whatever, McDonald's or something, and it was so horrible. I started just focusing more on my health, so I made sure that I would make myself a nice healthy lunch for work and that I had, even if it was a smoothie or cereal in the morning, and then I would also try to leave something for dinner for the following day. So I started to create a schedule for me and I started eating healthier and exercising every day at home. I didn't have time to go to the gym, so I just made it a priority to get creative with it and work out at home. And ever since, I've really been enjoying exercises at home rather than the gym, but that's just my personal preference. And it just completely changed me. When I started doing that, I realized that I was so much more energized and that there were other things that were important in life rather than just being on the mission all the time. I also started to read for pleasure rather than for business. I would grab a lot of self-help books and just tried to focus on novels that really interested me rather than grabbing books that were going to educate me on my career, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I was just so focused in my career and in work and everything that I never really had a chance to do something that I actually liked, and started journaling. And when I started journaling, it was a completely life-changing experience. I don't know how else to describe it, but because I was keeping all of my emotions inside and I really didn't trust that many people with my feelings, that when I started journaling, it was a personal connection and it allowed me to really put my feelings to paper. It gave me so much more time to reflect and learn so much more about myself. And I just got creative with it. I was able to pick up some nice journals and some nice pens to write with, and that just brought me so much joy. Another thing that I did is to prioritize me time. I give myself time to connect with my inner self and to connect with my emotions. I meditate and I just focus in myself and my feminine energy. At first, meditation just seemed so silly to me, like what good was it gonna do? But it has been a really great experience to just be able to be by yourself and connect with yourself and just reflect on the things that are important to you. And spending time in nature is another good way to just connect with yourself. It allows you some time to realize things that you didn't think were important, but they are. And I'm a person that loves nature, so even if it's just going on a walk or sitting in the park and just feeling the nice fresh air is something that I personally enjoy doing, and it really does give you a nice overall freeing experience. But it is just so important to have time for yourself and to prioritize it because it is beneficial and essential for your well-being. Another big thing that I did is that I started connecting with my intuition more. This is a huge one. We all have this intuition within us and we just have to learn how to really connect with it. As women, we have very strong intuitive senses. We really need to learn how to connect with it more and follow it and just practice it every single day. We need to practice looking within ourselves for information rather than looking for it outside. Tapping into your intuition is a great and strong way to connect to your feminine energy. Practicing all of these things is a great way to keep you connected to your divine feminine. Although we will still have that masculine energy within us always, it's just important to be able to balance the two. And it's just so unfortunate that society tends to value masculine energy more, thriving solely on productivity, working several jobs, working overtime, and finding success at work and just being detached from our emotions and feelings, and then sees the female qualities and energy as weak, which is just absolutely sad because we have so much more to offer. Once you start your healing journey and become closer to your femininity, you will find peace and much more clarity, and it will help you have a healthier relationship with yourself and those around you. I hope that these tips were somewhat helpful and help you in your healing journey. Please go ahead and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and please consider subscribing for more upcoming videos. Thank you so much for stopping by, and until next time, bye.